Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to give you an intuitive update for the present energy. The next few days will be even more intense, so I want to give you this message because so much is coming up and you may experience a lot of intense energy right now. Like, so many people are writing me of experiencing this heavy emotions of sadness, like unexpected sadness or mood shifts, for example. Or people are experiencing like a sense of depression, but it's not a depression because it comes and goes, and it's like something would hit me and something would be released. Like, so many fast shifts are happening, like so many shifts in energy are happening right now, and it is really intense. So I felt a need to share this with you, to share with you some guidance, like what to do with that energy, because it is heavy, it is a bit hard, but at the same time it's beautiful because something truly awesome is blooming out of it. So my friends, with this video I'm sharing with you painting the center of life. It's the painting which represents that great center. If we learn to stay in that center, we learn to stay grounded, we learn to stay in balance in anything that is going on around us. So my friends, enjoying today's painting and we can go further with the message. So if you feel sadness right now, if you feel like a sense of depression, which is not actually a depression but more like mood shifts, coming into those heavier states and then experiencing a release of something. If you feel like you would be under pressure, but at the same time you don't know why, because there's no actual reason why you should be under pressure, but you still feel like something is happening within your body, my friends, this is for you. I will give you some truly practical advices which can help you to release that energy and to stay more in balance and in center with yourself, my friends. And then if you're feeling lost, if you feel like not knowing what to do with yourself when you fall into the slower states, maybe you are affected by this energy, but there's so much you can do. Firstly, if we understand that we are healing generations of traumas and toxic habits from our system, it means not just our parents, our ancestors. There's so many patterns which are just not serving us anymore. In the past, people didn't have time to deal with that. There was, everything was different. But now we have time. And actually it's a must in order to raise our energy and to get into that alignment with ourselves, where we actually start to know what we actually want, who we are, and how we want to express ourselves authentically, that we find ourselves in that process. The healing of those old wounds, traumas, and toxicity is necessary. And the purpose of those energies right now is to reveal to us what is not in alignment with us anymore. So this is to me an important understanding, because that's how I've stopped judging those heavy sensations, unpleasant sensations. Every time that something triggers me, I always ask myself, well, from where this is coming from. Because sometimes I can notice, okay, this is coming from my father. Oh, my grandma was like that. Oh, this is from my mother. We start recognizing these toxic patterns. And I say toxic because they are toxic. They are kind of pushing us to respond automatically in a way that is not healthy, not for us, not for people around us. And we need to deal with that. So all that energy is actually helping us to make that release. So firstly, something needs to become conscious so it can be released, right? So we can't fully let go of something you're not aware of. And this energy is helping you to become aware of what is not serving you, what is not helping you to grow, what is not helping you to move forward to the direction of your truest version of yourself, the greatest version of yourself. So take it easy with that. Be gentle with yourself. And the most importantly, be honest with yourself. Truly, be honest with yourself. So you can admit firstly to yourself what is happening, and you can surrender the whatever is not in alignment with you to whatever you believe, to a greater power, to the universe, to a divine energy, however you want to call it. Surrender it. And if you're wondering like how to surrender something like that, something heavy, well, we can just learn to calm ourselves down, learn to calm our bodies down, learn to relax our bodies down. When we relax muscles on the body, our mind will relax. When mind will relax, we'll stop reacting to what's happening. We'll start observing more of what's happening. And from that state of observer, it's much easier to recognize, oh, was I really that way? Is it really healthy for me? I just don't want to be like that anymore. Right? We notice those things. So be easy with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. But at the same time, be true to yourself. Right? Be true to yourself. Then again, we are rewriting our own story. We are rewriting our own story, which means that what was in the past is not serving us in the present moment anymore. So we are redesigning our story, rewriting our story. And again, we need to be conscious with that, right? We need to be aware of what kind of story we want to create. So that's where we start thinking who I actually want to be, in what kind of world I want to live. And we start using our imagination a little bit, like what I want to create in my life, how I want my life to be, how I want to see people around me. Do I want to expand my awareness a little bit? Do I want to see happy people around me? Because, you know, you always attract more of who you are. So when we start seeing in our mind's eye the world in certain way, so many things starts changing, because everything starts aligning more to your vision if you're clear and precise what you actually want. So when more and more people start doing that, changing the story, there is a change that starts happening in the collective mind, collective consciousness. People start expanding their minds, and that's happening for many people right now. Many people are going through that awakening where they start awakening their senses, their perception, and what we call spiritual perception. We start sensing intuition more loudly. We start sensing our hearts more loudly. We start to sense our path, like what's truly meant for us, what was written in the stars, what we are meant to do, what are our natural gifts and talents we need to express on this world, what's our story here. And we tap deeper into it. Where should I start? What should I do? And you start walking that path of initiation. And that is something truly, truly powerful. So all that energy right now is actually just realigning. You're helping you to realign yourself, because you need to do the work. Sometimes something may push you just because you went off the track a little bit. And those are like natural reminders. Hey, you need to change your direction. Rather than judging the pain or judging something which is uncomfortable, pay attention to where life is guiding you, what's happening, what you're ignoring, what you're missing, what is not in alignment with you, and truly pay attention to that. And of course, we're learning to say no to what doesn't bring fulfillment into our lives, so we can say yes to our hearts. And again, this is a process. Learning to say no to something that doesn't spark fulfillment, so we can say yes to something that does. That's a huge change, right? Because in the past, we said yes to everything, and then we were exhausted and sad, and things didn't went well, and we were kind of victims. And then we learned to recognize that actually it's in my power, it's my responsibility to say yes to what actually sparks greater sense of fulfillment. So we're learning all those things, and it's all a process. So again, take it easy, my friends, be patient with yourself, and truly, don't rush. Everything is happening with a great flow, so just don't rush and don't be too hard on yourself. So those are heavy shifts, so stay as grounded and connected as possible. So I would suggest to everyone right now some longer meditations, because it will just remind you of what truly matters. So for example, if you are usually meditating for 10 to 20 minutes, try 1 hour. Try 1 hour and just be there for yourself. And you will see how amazingly you will feel at the end. After that 1 hour, you will recognize, well, you're not the same person anymore. You just feel more grounded, more relaxed, and suddenly things just don't have power over you. Now you have power over the things. And that is something truly incredible. So longer meditations will help you to stay more grounded within yourself, and of course, take more time, spend it in nature, because nature does its wonders, and we all know that. So my friends, don't be afraid to step into the nature and just spend a bit more time there. Another things that will help you navigating yourself is to focus on what sparks joy and fulfillment right now, because your perception depends a lot on your state of being. And when we raise our state of being, our perception expands. Have you noticed that? Every time we raise our state of being, our perception changes. And suddenly we become more positive. It was not forced positive thinking. We've raised our state of being and we became more positive. Right? We've started to see more opportunities, more miracles, more blessings, more things to be grateful for, and so on. So we need to learn to raise our state of being. So focus on what sparks joy and fulfillment. And you also look much better when you're happy and free of what is not serving you, right? So my friends, focus on that. And express generous kindness, because so many people need it right now. So many people need some of your light. When you feel like you want to give something, go outside and express some generous kindness. It will help not only you, but people you interact with. You will be able to spread some of your light, and you will feel better because of that. And then somebody else will profit also because of that. So that is something beautiful we can do. So my friends, again, focus on what matters to you. Focus what would you like to build, create, or nurture in your life. Those are truly great questions you could ask yourself. What would you like to build, create, or nurture in your life? What would you like to let go of? And fully identify right now what is not serving you, and pay attention to that. Don't just jump from one thing to another, but actually pay attention to what would you like to let go of, and recognize for what will you change it, because the act of letting go happens when we change it for something healthier, for something better, for something which uplifts our spirits, right? Then how do you feel when you are your happiest self? How does it feel like? How do you feel when you're the happiest self? How does it feel like? And what brings you that? How often you feel like that? And what you do that you get into that state? Because sometimes we just forget, especially when so much is happening around us, we just forget about those things. So my friends, pay attention to that. What makes you proud? What words would you like to align yourself with? This one is truly powerful. Align your intentions with your actions. What words would you like to align yourself with? And what fears would you like to release? What fears would you like to release, my friends? And what are you grateful for? This one makes magic. So, my friends, those are the things which can help us right now so much on navigating ourselves through those intense energies. But I want to remind you that something so beautiful is unfolding for you. Something so incredible is on the other side of that. Maybe you could call it a roadblock, but actually it's just a road bump, which is kind of urging you to slow down a little bit and to pay attention to the center of yourself and ask those questions. What matters to you? What would you like to build, create, or nurture in your life? What would you like to let go of? How do you feel when you're your happiest self? What makes you proud? What words would you like to align yourself with? What fears would you like to release? And what are you grateful for? Ask those things, my friends. And I want to leave you here, so I hope you've enjoyed in today's message. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. And till next time, I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day, and thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop. I draw my passion. You're all truly appreciated. Till next time, one love.